Hi, this is Bianca again, and welcome back to my kitchen in Oakland, California. And today we're going to make an entree I'm really excited about. It's called Rockstar Rainbow Veggie Pot Pie. It's a long name. So let me tell you why it's called Rainbow Veggie Pot Pie. I've got all these different vegetables here, the color of the rainbow. It's really beautiful. And I even have 3 different kinds of potatoes. I have purple potatoes, I have yams, I have red potatoes, and these are all really easy to find and they add a lot of color to your dish. So let's get started right away. Let's not waste any time. I have some butter here melting over medium heat, and we're gonna add in, about a half a cup of yellow onion. Let's get that stirring up. Already smells so good. Now this veggie pot pie, it's really rustic, and I'm using a whole wheat crust. So it kind of adds some flavor, believe it or not, and it tastes really good against the vegetables. And every single vegetable here is organic, which I love. And the other really cool thing about this recipe is by adding the Philadelphia cream cheese, nothing is coming out of a can, and it's still really easy. Not that there's anything wrong with stuff coming out of a can for pot pies, but there's really no need for it. So it just tastes really fresh. And it still stays simple with everything coming out of the refrigerator, freezer, or a fresh vegetable. So we're going to get this going in here, and we're going to start adding our veggies that take a little longer to soften up, which would be some beautiful orange carrots. You will definitely see why I call this my rainbow veggie pot pie. It's got every color imaginable. And celery. Now I've got like a rough idea of the measurements here. I would say it's about a cup of carrots and about 3/4 of a cup of celery. Get that going in there, and let's go ahead and add our potatoes. Probably not going to add all of these. I'm going to guesstimate here. My 3 different kinds of potatoes: purple, yams, red potatoes. You could even get a sweet potato for more orange. That would be amazing. And this just kind of needs to saute in here a little bit, kind of soften up. We can start adding our spices already. I've got a little salt and pepper mixture that I made here. Let's add that in. And we've got some herbs from my garden. I have some garlic chives, some thyme, and some rosemary. Sprinkle that in. And don't be shy. We are creatures unlike any other, and we should add some style and pizzazz and rock and roll to our cooking. So have a little fun. I mean, this is our playtime. And here is the red in our rainbow. I've got some cumin or however you call it, turmeric, and smoked paprika for the red. And we're gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper to give it a little kick. I love a little kick. But not too much. It's more of like a nudge than a kick. But it's going to definitely add a little something. And last but not least, a little bit of nutmeg. And each of those spices were about a half a teaspoon. But you could really put any spices you want, any vegetables you want. This is a free-for-all here. Okay, let's let this saute up a little bit. So good. And we haven't even started. Okay guys, this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, and it's softening up a little bit, so let's add some more veggies. Okay, I've got some mushrooms. I don't know, about a cup and a half or so that I've sliced up. I've got some fresh green beans that I've cut in half. There's the rainbow. This is what they really mean when they say taste the rainbow in those commercials. A healthy rainbow. Yeah. Let's add in some green peas. Now, there's so many possibilities. You could add chicken to this if you want a meat pot pie with everything but just add shredded chicken. You could add tofu and use edamame instead of peas. You could even do like some ground turkey or ground beef at the bottom of your pie and then add this mixture on top. It would be like a shepherd's pot pie. Ooh, that's a good idea. It's really your own taste. You're not gonna miss meat in this recipe, I promise you. It's so hearty and it's a comfort food while still being healthy, and that's why I really love it. Finally got pretty much all my veggies in there. And there's a lot of them, but they cook down. Okay, adding in the rest of our vegetable broth. I used about 1.5 cups. And now we're gonna start adding in our dairy, which is gonna give it a nice, creamy, delicious texture, including our Philadelphia cream cheese, of course. First, let's add in a little bit of milk. I'm using goat milk, actually, because it's really easy on my tummy, and I actually really like the flavor a lot. But, of course, regular milk works, any kind. Okay, we've just been letting this cook up for a few minutes, and we're gonna add a tiny bit of flour to just thicken it up a little. This is optional. Sometimes I don't use it, but it does give it a nice texture. So I'm using about a tablespoon. Very little. You can add 2 tablespoons if you want. I just don't like to use a lot of flour. And now for the good stuff, we're gonna add in about 1/2 package of Philadelphia cream cheese. And this is where the magic happens. This is why you don't need to use cream of mushroom or cream of celery or cream of anything. Put in a little more salt and pepper. Rock it out. Okay, and now we're on to our last step. This is another one pot wonder dish, like really easy. And our last ingredient we're gonna put in is a little bit of sour cream. Here we go. We are definitely rocking and rolling now, and you will see why I call this a Rockstar pot pie, because you will totally feel like a rock star when this is done. And that's it. I'm gonna just let this kind of simmer on medium-low for like 5 more minutes with the cover on, just to get all the veggies nice and soft, because we don't need to bake it in the oven that long. And so meanwhile, we've got our oven preheating to 400. We're gonna prepare our pie crust, and that is it. That's all she wrote. Okay, so we have our mixture. It's been simmering under medium to low for about 5 minutes. Everything's softened up, kind of congealed, and into our whole wheat pie crust it goes. So beautiful. Now I just used 2 pie crusts and kind of smushed them together because I have a really nice deep pie pan. But if you want to just keep it in the foil thing that it comes in, that's fine. Or you could buy those rollout crusts as well. But I just really love the flavor of the whole wheat crust. Like, I'm telling you, it's really good. And it adds fiber to the dish. Like, it just pulls the whole veggie pot pie together, I'm telling you. Look how perfect my measurements are. I rock. Okay, so I just used another pie crust for the top, and I'm fitting it over here. I love a nice thick crust anyway, so that's gonna work out. Okay, I'm gonna put a little star to represent our Rockstar rainbow veggie pot pie on top. Isn't that cute? And we're gonna make little slits to vent all around. I feel like a little strawberry shortcake character with my pie. I need a little windowsill to put it in. See, we're bringing a little country to California. And this is also optional. I just beat an egg yolk, and I'm gonna put, this is actually more important if you're using a white crust, because our beautiful whole wheat crust already has color. Okay, in the oven it goes, yay! Okay, so I'm putting it in a 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Okay, it's all ready. It's been about 30 minutes. Oh, it looks so pretty. I love it. Okay, we have a beautiful piece of veggie pot pie, rainbow veggie pot pie, fit for a rock star. And I'm a little weird. I like a little dollop of sour cream or creme fraiche on the side of mine. And then we are set. Doesn't that look too cute for words? I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a nice, happy movie with my lovely, healthy comfort food. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you try this recipe. It's delicious.